Hello and welcome to another episode of the FSA podcast. My name is Brent Cromer. I bring you guys free weekly content on how to scale your business with the most amount of profit. Go ahead and check out the channel. I have tons and tons and tons of videos on overcoming objections, spouse objections, money objections, how to scale your business with more profit through tracking KPIs, what to charge your clients, how to re-sign them. All the things are free on the channel. If you like it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You guys know it would mean the absolute world to me. I want to get into something. I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable. I'm going to kind of out myself here a little bit because I hope I am not the only one who deals with this. I've been a bum lately. And what I mean by that is I have fallen out of a good routine. Case in point, I missed last week's podcast. You guys didn't get one last Monday because I forgot to record it. Monday came around. I was a little bit lazy. I pushed it to Tuesday. Tuesday, I had a bunch of stuff come up. By Wednesday, I forgot all about it. Then Monday comes this week, and I realized I never even posted it. I am human. This happens. It happens to me. It happens, I'm sure, to you. It happens to everyone. And I want to talk to you guys about how to get out of a little mini slump. For me, having a routine is everything. Being physically fit. Obviously, you guys are listening to this. You guys are all fitness coaches. This is a major aspect of your day, I assume. But that's not to suggest, again, that you guys don't fall out of routines with that as well. It may be different for you entirely, by the way. For me, being in a solid fitness routine is paramount to being in a good business routine, to being productive during the workday. I run 3 companies, okay? It is difficult at times, often, to transition between them and to be the best version of myself. And sometimes I slack a little bit. Sometimes I feel a little bit sorry for myself. Yeah, how sad is that? Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go for a walk instead of doing this thing that I should be doing for work. It happens. It's happening now more than it was 2 months ago, and I'll tell you guys why. When I was training early August, I was training heavily for 2 things, really. For Half Dome, I was hiking Half Dome. That was a 17-mile hike, 5,500 feet of elevation. I was hiking with a couple buddies, my business partner as well, and I didn't want to be the slow one. I didn't want to be the bum, and the guys I was hiking with are great athletes, so I was a little bit nervous because there was a high likelihood. One was training for an ultramarathon or an Ironman and a marathon, and then Scott, my business partner, has he's an incredible athlete. He's ran like a 17-minute 5K. So the guys I was going with were very, very well equipped in this sort of thing. I hike all the time, but I didn't consider myself to be like some elite athlete or anything like that. So I trained and trained and trained, and I actually did really well on the hike. I kind of led the pack. I set the pace. It felt amazing. It felt good. Okay. Check. Okay. So I did all these. I was running 4 times a week. I was cycling. I was hiking. I was lifting 3 to 4 times a week. I was playing pickleball 3 to 5 times a week. And then going on multiple walks throughout the day. So I was averaging 15,000 steps a day, maybe sometimes higher. I cut about 15 pounds, 10, 15 pounds, got lean, I felt great. Crushed the Half Dome hike. The next thing I was training for was September for elk season or hunting season in general here in Colorado. That was hard. I was fortunate to take a black bear with my bow, and packing that out was unbelievably difficult. Very heavy load on your back, side hilling in the mountains, the backcountry. It's hard. And I was in shape for that in the beginning. And then as September kind of went along, it's September 23rd right now, I've fallen out of a routine. I'm not going on 4 runs anymore. Going to the gym has been much, much harder. And it's because I'm not working towards a specific goal, a specific fitness goal. So things have kind of dissipated there a little bit as far as like my physical routine. And I'm realizing that I'm not getting up as early anymore. I'm not as excited for work. I'm not as awake. Boy, am I tired. I'm drinking twice as much caffeine as I was a month and 2, 3, 4 months ago when I was training for these things. I require twice as much caffeine. The sleep's not as good. I'm waking up later. I'm a little bit groggy. I am more reluctant to do hard work when it comes to any of the businesses, and I'm forgetting some things here and there. And the reason I'm telling you guys this is because if you guys find yourself off in a routine, right, in business, in fitness, in the home life, in your relationship, it's best to acknowledge it. It's best to speak it into existence. It's best to understand and kind of notice these trends early. Okay. So I had actually had a conversation with Brooke, my fiance, about this a couple weeks ago. I said, yeah, I just don't feel like myself. I'm not as motivated. I'm not the mindset, the little voice in my head is becoming soft again. Like it really, really fucking soft. And I'm talking myself out of things where for the past, 4 months, I've been like on Goggins mode nonstop. So I recognize this. I and we talked about it. And yesterday, what did I do? It was NFL Sunday. I found myself taking a nap midday, ordered some wings, feeling like a slouch, and then I got really mad. I got really motivated. I got up off my ass right after a nap, stretched for about 5 minutes, and then went on a 3.5 mile run. Three and a half, if you count the cool down and warm up. With wings in my belly. I paid for it. Okay. But with all that being said, I am back on my grind. Okay. So physical fitness and how you do in work or in your business, your relationships, everything feeds off of your physical fitness. Again, for me, I assume it's like that for you guys, but if you guys find yourself slacking in business, maybe there's something else that's going on that's relating to that. Okay. Maybe you need to change some things up in your routine. For me, I've been sitting around too much. I need to add more. I need to be moving. I need to have something that I'm working towards. I need to be checking a box, multiple boxes a day to feel like I'm in that groove and in that rhythm to be the best version of myself. Right. And if you are not feeling like the best version of yourself, you need to stop and call yourself out a little bit. Tell yourself when you're feeling lazy. Tell yourself when you're being a slouch. Have your significant other call you out, and hopefully they start to notice and pick up on these trends. Identifying these trends early is absolutely everything, because then before you completely lose all motivation and your endurance and your everything kind of goes downhill, you can address it and kind of reroute the ship. So that is what I'm in the process of doing. Again, I'm outing myself a little bit here. I'm supposed to be the business consultant. I'm supposed to be dialed in. Everything's perfect. It's not. And it never has been. It never will be. But there is a clear discrepancy between who I am right now and the best version of myself, which I think was, the last several months. So I'm getting back on track. I hope that anyone listening to this, if you guys have found yourself getting off track recently, I think it's just shifting into the fall too. The fall is like more comfort weather. Brooke got me this $15 Costco flannel. It's right over there. Comfiest thing in the world. When I put that thing on, man, I don't go into Goggins mode. I go into hibernation mode. Okay. We're eating more soups. We're getting more comfortable. The colder weather is rolling in. So I assume that has something to do with it. But guys, stay focused, stay on your grind. That little voice in your head, if it becomes soft, you got to find a way to turn it around, change the perspective, and get yourself off your ass and to put in the work. Okay. Now I'm not trying to give a Goggins speech here, just relating a little bit personally. So if you guys ever have I do a lot of calendar audits, surprisingly. I don't know how that became a thing. I should just use it as, you know what? I'm going to. This is my lead magnet, guys. If you guys want a nice call to action here, if you want me to audit your calendar and give you some tips and hints on what I would do, what I would change, how I would time block, I find myself doing this a lot actually in the DMs. Reach out, let me know. Say, hey, Brent, I want a time audit. I'll know exactly what you're talking about, and then I'll get a little bit of information from you. Have you send a loom of what your week looks like, and I'll give you some feedback free of charge, just like the channel. So go ahead, subscribe, shoot me a DM, and yeah, all the best.